I travelled up to Manchester this past weekend for the VQ times Dave Trains lifting event. For while I was there, I decided to interview some of the biggest names in the fitness industry, including IFBB Pro bodybuilders, coaches and influencers. These interviews were all based around giving advice to younger coaches, bodybuilders and creators trying to get into the fitness space. So if that is you, then sit back and enjoy these interviews because there is a hell of a lot of value to be taken from each and every one of them. Disclaimer, now some of the interviews are a little bit shaky because this was my first time doing anything like this. It was in an incredibly busy event and there are a very few rare occasions where someone is walking in front of the camera because I was filming on the DJI. As we know, they're very small, nimble, so it was easy to miss. Of course, it was no one's fault. I don't own the gym. I didn't hire the space. So for anyone that did walk in front of the camera, they were completely within their right to do so. And it was just one of them things, unfortunately. But there is still a hell of a lot of value to be taken from these interviews. So sit back and enjoy. So we are with Yemi, and how long have you been in the fitness space?
I've been training for 7 years. I've been creating content for like 3-ish.
What is it exactly that you do?
I'm a professional bodybuilder.
Olympian.
I'm an Olympian, baby.
There you go. He was being humble.
For once. This is the most humble you're ever going to find me. You know what I mean?
So, Yemi, what is the best piece of advice you've ever received throughout your career?
I wouldn't say I received it, but it's what I realized whilst competing. There's going to be a whole bunch of people telling you that you can't do something. And every single one of those people haven't done what you've done or want to do. So ignore them. Just don't listen. There's going to be a lot of naysayers, a lot of people telling you can't do this, you can do this. Doesn't matter. All that matters is what you believe in that you could do. Because at the end of the day, the only limitation is whatever limits you put on yourself.
And what is one mistake you see a lot of new creators, coaches and bodybuilders make?
I think a lot of people, they don't put themselves out there enough. That means going to physical events, stuff like that, like stuff like this. If you are somebody that's got 100,000 followers or somebody that's got 200 followers, I think you should still be in these places. You can create, content here. You can meet loads of people. You can learn how to get where a lot of the people that you want to be at are getting to. You can learn so much because not every time someone can reply a DM. Not every single time people are going to sit there and give you, a 20-minute conversation. But here, people are going to give you a time. They're going to give you the ability to, learn and, absorb. So be a sponge, listen and learn, but come to these events. That's what I'll say.
And if you could go back and do anything differently throughout your whole career, if there is anything, what would it be?
I would have taken a longer off-season when I did my first NPC show. Just taking enough time away from the stage. I think there's so much to learn on the stage, and I'm glad that I took all that knowledge, but also I wish I had a little bit more time away from the stage, because now I've gotten to a point where there's a lot of spotlights and a lot of pressure and a lot of opinions and a lot of things where people are going to sit there and say this and point fingers, and it's nice to not have to do that or take that time away from the stage whilst people are watching. So, enjoy when you're not being watched by the world.
What would you say is the biggest adversity you've faced across your career so far, and how did you overcome that?
The biggest adversity I came across was when I first started my social media. I think I was getting really limited reach on some of my posts, and the way I overcame that was I started a new account and I just started, I already had a lot of things that I had said, no, I'm gonna go pro, and a lot of people telling me that I couldn't do it. So when I went pro, it just ended up skyrocketing my new career, my new account, because I knew what I could do and I was able to show and prove it.
Love that. And anyone that's trying to get in the fitness space, whether that's as a bodybuilder, a coach, a creator, what's one piece of advice you'd give them?
Never stop. I think that everybody stops when they're just about to get it.
And what could we expect to see next from Yemi?
Bigger, better, winning the Olympia.
Love that, bro. Thank you so much for doing this, man.
No, man, I appreciate you.
Right, so we are here with
IFBB Pro Yinka Majolagbe, but people call me Maj on Muscle. My Instagram is Maj on Muscle, but people call me Maj.
How long have you been in the fitness space for?
2012, it's 13 years.
And what is the best piece of advice that you've received throughout your whole career that's going to help you go from, again, beginner lifter to IFBB Pro?
The biggest advice was go after your potential. Work extremely hard and just don't give a damn what people say. Go after what you truly want, and I'm glad I did.
And what is one mistake that you see a lot of new bodybuilders trying to chase their pro card make?
Exactly, you said it right there. Chase the pro card. They try to rush it, and bodybuilding is it's a longevity game. It's a long process. So you need to let yourself learn a lot. The body isn't just. It's not like any other sport where you can develop. Well, to be fair, most sports you develop from a young age, from 4 or 5 years old. So bodybuilding is exact same way. Just the difference is you need to put in the years. Where most guys now want to turn pro within 2 years. It's would you ever see a footballer trying to pro in 2 years? You know what I'm trying to say? So that's the difference. So just take your time and enjoy the process. I always say this to new guys: enjoy the process. Don't put too much pressure on yourself trying to chase that pro card, because you have a pro physique first. That's what the first you need to ask yourself.
And if you could go back and do anything differently now, or if there is anything in which you would do differently if you were to go back, what would it be?
Probably nothing, because I'm a little bit different. I studied the sport, so I knew how long it would take. If I was to change anything, maybe start competing earlier.
Yeah.
Well, I turned pro 2 years ago, and I'm in my mid-30s, so I wish I had started earlier. But yeah, maybe that's the only thing really, but no regrets really.
Love that. And what would you say is the biggest adversity you've faced across your career so far, and how did you overcome that?
Yeah, actually, I just won my pro show, qualified for Olympia for next year.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. But like you said, to answer your question, I went through hell in the last 6 months, just personal issues that I won't get into, but really deep stuff. Actually, I would say I went through a divorce, so that was tough, going through a divorce while in the prep and trying to juggle that with family and kids. I got kids, so it's just crazy. Anyone who's gone through a divorce will know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's probably the biggest adversity I've had to face. It was very challenging. Yeah, it was very tough. Yeah.
No, I appreciate your transparency with that. If you were to give any new bodybuilders, young bodybuilders, advice when it comes to wanting to get into competing, wanting to turn pro, wanting to make a career out of it, what would it be?
Yeah, take your time, and like I said earlier, enjoy the process. Take your time. Don't rush it. Don't look at Sam Sulek and all these influencers trying to be like them tomorrow. Like, you gotta spend years and years and years of dedication and graft. There's nothing else but hard work in this game if you want to survive. And most important, do it because you love it. Don't do it because you see some guy on Instagram. If you don't enjoy it, then you have no business doing it, because this is a game where it's unforgiving. It might not reward you even if you put in 100%. If you truly enjoy it and it doesn't reward you, you're still gonna keep going regardless. So that's what I would say to new guys: just enjoy it and make sure you love it.
No, I love that. And what can we expect to see next from you?
Olympia, man. Expect me to be at our top 5 in the 212 Olympia next year. Yeah, man.
Love that. All right, best of luck with that, bro. Thank you for doing this. Right, we're here with
Hayden Woodcock, IFBB Amateur.
And Hayden, how long have you been in the fitness space for?
So I have been in I joined the gym in 2015, but I was just essentially running for a little bit, and then I would say I joined the fitness space probably around 2019.
And what is it exactly that you do?
A multitude of things aside from eating. I am an online coach, I am a PT, I am a classic physique competitor. I have done most of my career in the NPC, and I'm looking to get my, hopefully, IFBB Pro card soon. Maybe.
So first question, Hayden, what is the best piece of advice that you have ever received throughout your career?
It's probably something along the lines of just be myself, and it sounds very cliche, but I think a lot of people are far too concerned with what anybody thinks of them, and then they sort of hide their true self, and it will just leave you very, very upset, and it also will not get you very far in life. If you be yourself, your authentic self, show who you are and be who you are, show what you like and enjoy what you actually enjoy without any care, you will not only enjoy life a lot more, but you'll go a lot further, because as you're enjoying life a lot more, you'll be open to new experiences, you will work harder, everything you're doing will receive more efforts, and then you will receive more enjoyment from the world and the universe. That is my advice.
And for like new coaches and new creators, what is one big mistake that you see far too often with people trying to get into the fitness space?
I think people will come into the fitness space after following somebody, and then they will just try and emulate that one person, you know. So random example, trained by JP, you know, lovely guy, knows what he's doing. I think you've now got 50 people who chat to their camera looking exactly and speaking exactly like JP. Just be yourself. Like, if there's a million coaches in the industry now, there's a million people bodybuilding, if you do the same thing as everyone else, you will just be washed away with the river. You need to stand out and be yourself, and only then will you actually have any enjoyment and, you know, possible success in this industry, in my opinion.
Whether it's, say, like you as a coach, you as a creator, or you as a bodybuilder, what is one thing that you would have done differently if you could go back and start again, if there is anything?
Very openly, I would have probably started on a much low dose of testosterone. That's what I would do differently. I would start far lower, less than half. Put it that way.
I love that full transparency. So with that, what is the biggest adversity that you've faced throughout your career so far, and how did you overcome it?
It was probably when I actually tore my glutes, because it sounds ridiculous, because there's been other things that have, you know, upset me maybe deeper, but this had me for a long time, like a physical injury. So I couldn't actually train legs at all for like 7-8 months after that. And then after then, I probably had an issue for a year and a half, like walking standing, sitting down. So that made training like properly very, very, very difficult. And you know, you will, after 12 months of difficulty training, you start losing love for it. So to stick it out after that, come through the side, now I can train, no issue now. I love training now, but that probably put me down for 2.5 years, realistically.
With that, what is one piece of advice you would give anyone trying to get into the fitness space, whether that's as a creator, coach, bodybuilder? One piece of advice.
Enjoy it. Whatever you're doing, make sure the top of the pedestal, you know, aside from being an idiot, just make sure you are enjoying it, because don't force yourself to do things that you don't enjoy just to try and get somewhere, because you won't like where you end up.
Superb. Love that, bro. Thank you for doing this.
No problem. Pleasure.
Cheers, man. Okay, so we are with
Jaden, but a lot of you guys probably know me as Wolfies.
and what is it exactly that you do?
So I'm a fitness creator now. I want to inspire the youth to get in shape and how it benefits their life.
How long you been doing that for?
I've been in the gym for about 3 years now.
Superb, man. What is the best advice that anyone's ever given you in your career so far?
Consistency. I mean, it's about achieving the small wins daily and being less harsh on yourself about what you could have done better.
What is one mistake that you see a lot of new creators make now trying to get into this space?
Trying to chase virality and also trying to copy trends. If you copy trends, you're never going to build your own brand, and you're just jumping on that quick view bandwagon, and that's not really going to get you anywhere building something that's authentic and that lasts for a long time.
If you could go back and do anything differently now from when you started, what would it be?
Nothing.
Superb, love that. What is, would you say, the biggest adversity you faced in your career so far, and how did you overcome that?
Probably switching from gaming to fitness and not having a lot of people around believe in the vision before I did. I mean, I knew my potential and what I could do, but people are usually doubters of that, and they try and hold you back.
And if you could give anyone one bit of advice that's trying to become a creator, create entertaining content, get into this space, what would it be?
It's very generic advice, but I would say be yourself. And that's like, not just be yourself, guys, but authenticity. I always preach authenticity. Like, authenticity is the highest frequency that you can roll at. And if you're authentic, people can see that in you without you having to tell them. Like, 90% of human communication is through subconscious. So if you're being authentic, people can sense that and they want to jump onto that and they want to support you.
Wolfie, thank you. Right, alright, so we're here with the legend that is
Jay Freaky.
Jay Freaky. Joe, how long have you been in the fitness space for?
3-4 years.
And what is it exactly that you do?
Bodybuilding, coaching, and then I hate the word influencing. I hate that word, I can't lie. But yeah, influencing people, social media.
What would you say is the best advice that you ever received throughout your career that's helped you to get to where you are now?
That's a hard one, you know what I'd say. Until recently, I found out the hard way. I would say be you, because you get found out otherwise. In terms of bodybuilding, gotta be you, because you can't cheat to get on stage. You can't cheat, you're only cheating yourself. In terms of social media, still say be you, because you're not gonna enjoy it if you're putting on a lie. And also, people aren't gonna buy into it. So be you, be you. Keep it real, definitely, keep it real, 100%. I'd say I didn't do that until recently, but I'd say that when you're real with your audience, they're real with you. And same on stage. You get on stage, if you've cheated, you're gonna lose, but you've only cheated yourself. And that's why I'd say for both of them, be you. You can't lie, can't cheat, just be you.
I love that, mate. So with new coaches, creators trying to get into this space, what is one mistake that you see often?
I'd say right off my point in terms of nowadays, everybody is trying to be following the trends, which, look, we all do, but you have to be you, as I just said. And it's like, that's the problem when you get into the industry, you don't know what to do. So then you create content that's like other people, and how does it stand out? It doesn't. You see the best creators, they're the ones that stand out, and they have a niche that they focus on. If you're getting into the industry and started posting, don't overthink it, just do it. Simple as that. Because I think everyone did, but I was overthinking it for a long time, and then it makes it more difficult. But when you just start posting, people like it, they like it, they don't like it, they don't like it. But over time it'll pay off.
Love that, mate. And if you could go back and do anything differently now from when you started, what would it be?
Show more of our real side instead of just bodybuilding all the time. Show balance in terms of a life, because look, we all have a life. I'd say if you look at C-Bum, let's say look at C-Bum, he's got it perfect, because that's why he's C-Bum. People relate to him. Most of the year he's just living a normal life, and then when it's time to lock in, he locks in. So I would say if I were to go back, I'd say show much more of who I am. Obviously right now I'm in a wheelchair, But just show who you are, because people like that, and that's the mistake. That's the mistake that I'd say I probably made. It's just, I don't want to say lying to myself, but I'd say not being truthful, and not keeping it real with myself.
And obviously with that, like with this question, obviously with everything that you've kind of been like facing and going through recently, right? Like, what is the biggest adversity in which you've faced throughout your career so far? Obviously, how have you overcome that, or say how you're overcoming it?
Look, I've won a lot in terms of competing quite quickly, but I would say that most adversity is probably the last year, which I haven't been able to speak about much, and I still can't really. But more importantly, it's not necessarily what happened to me. That doesn't matter here. What matters is the advice of how I'm overcoming that, and I would say take each day as it comes, but also know that the storm does pass. You either embrace it and grow through it, or you just try and get through it. So if there's a challenge you got to get through, you might as well grow through it, not just go through it. Do you know what I mean?
Love that. And if you could give one piece of advice to anyone trying to get in the fitness industry, coaching, content creating, what would it be?
Life's too short. If you want to do something, do it, and don't do it because you see people do it and you think it's easy. It's fucking not. If you want to do it, you want to help people as a coach, if that's your interest, don't just do it because you see loads of online coaches. Do it because you want to help people. If you want to be a bodybuilder, you want to be a fitness influencer, do it because you love it, because I promise you, life's too short. So make sure you're doing it for the right reasons and go after it. What have you got to lose? Nothing.
Love that, man. Thank you, mate. You're an inspiration. Thank you so much for doing this, bro. Big love. Right, guys, we're here with
Joey Shaw.
And Joey, how long have you been in the fitness space for?
Nearly 4 years now, about 3 and 3 3/4. Yeah, 4 years pretty much.
Superb. And what is it exactly that you do?
I am a powerlifter mainly, who is blessed enough to have a physique that you might mistake to be like Yemi, like a bodybuilder. But I do both, yeah. So I'm mainly a powerlifter with a good physique.
A damn good one. A damn good one.
Right, so Joey, what is the best piece of advice that you ever received throughout your career that's helped you to get to where you are now?
It sounds cliche, but it's just to be yourself. In gym, right, there were things that might be like more optimal or efficient to like, you know, grow or get stronger. I've done what I like to do to enjoy myself most, right? So I've always been myself in both lifting, personality-wise. I just haven't like listened to what like the norm is for other people. I've just been myself. Again, very, very cliche, but it works.
Superb. And what is one mistake that you see a lot of new creators trying to get into this industry make?
They try to copy people too much. The issue is people might follow somebody else because they're doing that, but that's because they're doing that, not because you're doing that. So because you do it, don't mean that you'll get their fans. You need to do something to make yourself seem special.
If you could go back and do anything differently from when you started to now, what would it be, if anything?
I would probably stay really lean for a longer time. Okay. That's probably it.
What, just for like smash content?
Yeah, that's probably it, yeah.
Yeah, just smash content, superb. So with that, what would you say is the most hardship you've ever faced in your career, like the biggest adversity you've ever faced in your career in which you had to overcome, and how did you overcome that?
So it's not adversity, but it's linked to what I just said there. So it's being able to be comfortable bulking up to a heavier weight class. So my main thing back then was, you know, being that lean powerlifter with the physique. But I moved up a weight class, so I obviously like gained some body fat. So being able to be comfortable with, you know, not being the super lean guy anymore, but knowing that it's for the better good, like it's a good trade-off. That's you can go through like way worse things in life, like being injured. Luckily, never have, touch wood. But that's probably something that I had to work through for a little bit, yeah.
And if you could give one piece of advice to anyone trying to get in the fitness space, become a creator, a coach, create entertaining content, what would it be?
Just find something that makes you different to everybody else. I know, very cliche, but you need to be different / special compared to the general people.
Superb. And what can we expect to see next from you?
So after I get my last comp done next week, I'm going leaner again. So I want to be, you know, the leanest that I've been while having this much muscle, which I've never seen before. So expect just some new old style content of me just being lean while being able to do crazy lifts.
Martin, look, I look forward to it, man, but thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure, Brian. Cheers.
So that is the video right there. I hope you enjoyed. I really enjoyed making that video. I just feel like doing videos like this that are meaningful, real life advice, value that those of you watching can benefit from is the kind of videos in which I want to make moving forward. Thank you to each and every one of the boys in which I interviewed. Massively appreciate that. I put them on the spot. I'll be honest, I did not give give them any sort of warning prior. I just asked them if they'd be free for a quick fire interview, which they all agreed to. So massive thank you to each and every one of them for taking part. And like I said, if you want to see more videos like this, then be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.